Hi guys. So, if you remember last year, we had the whole porch, the whole outside deck replaced. Needed to be done, job well done. If you remember, at the beginning of that, I said I was going to have a look-see if I could tidy up our front, or rather back, the back door, the sill, the door sill, and the thing called the Majestic No. 5, which, if you remember, I don't know if I told you, is what was a milk receiver. So it was back in the day, the milkman used to come round and put huge bottles of milk inside this big cast iron sort of hold, if you like, or keepsafe, so it didn't go off. I don't know how well that worked, but anyway, that's what it was. So I started cleaning it up. A lot of work to clean it up. If you remember, it was pretty scuzzy. This is our next door neighbour's one, and this is its original state that ours was in, and it wasn't in good condition. A lot of work. Now, I haven't recorded all the effort put into scraping the original old paint off and cleaning it up. However, what you're about to see is the rest of the project. So I started it last year and didn't finish it, and then the weather changed. So you're not going to do something like that when the weather's bad and you get ice, cold temperatures, snow, which we got. So I've had to wait till now, this year, to carry on. And so this is how things progressed. You saw some work I did on it last year. But in fact what you see now is it cleaned up a little bit more. Managed to get a bit more of the rust, a bit more of the, got a lot more of the old paint stripped off, as you can see. It's nice and clear now. Good fun doing that. I didn't film that. It was quite interesting though, especially with a blow lamp. Burning paint off. Anyway, so can we carry on now? It looks a little old at the moment. The colour isn't right. This is primer. We're going to be ending up using a really dark brown gloss spray that I managed to find, which I think is going to match in with everything else. We shall see. Okay, so it's time for second coat. On the sills and inside the door frame. Can't do the second coat on the Majestic No. 5. Not yet. I've run out of disposable brushes. This primer that I'm using on this, it's pretty, it's not kind on brushes, so I've been using really cheap. It doesn't need to have a good quality brush really, because this stuff flattens itself out beautifully well. Anyway, so I'm going to leave that for a minute, pop out later, get some more disposable brushes. It's okay, that's fine, still got plenty to do here. Convenient shelf to put the paint on. Okay, here we go. Second coat. It should end up looking pretty snazzy at the end of the day. The one thing I'm really having to pay attention to here, because this is fairly old masonry, it's got little chips and bumps and lumps all over the place, and it's a question of getting into them all. Well, to protect them, from further weather damage and from them getting worse, and also just to look nice. But does mean you kind of have to pay attention to get into all the little crevices. So you can see what I'm talking about with the little chips and blemishes. This one there, do you see it? And it's just a question of working the brush in so that so you get a decent bit of coverage. Okay, next onto the door sill and inside the door frame. Yeah, it needs a second coat. First coat covered very well, but it does need a second coat. What did take a lot of doing was cleaning the door. I don't think it had ever been cleaned since this place had been rehabbed years ago. And washing the door and the windows and scraping all the crud out from inside the little galleyways and all of that. Oh dear, that took forever. But as you can see, nice and clean and tidy. Polish the windows last. Always the last job, that. Okay, so second coats all finished, and it's looking pretty nice actually, isn't it? What do you say, Telly? Hey, Pusscat? Haha. Starts spraying time. So let's see how we go. Dark brown, gloss, Rust-Oleum. Well, there we go. I'm not sure. Oh, we'll start on the inside. See how he goes. So if I mess up, it won't be such a bad thing. And hopefully know a little more about what's going to happen. So that's all the upstairs stuff done. I've got some other stuff I've been preparing downstairs. Remember we had table and chairs up here as well? Well, they were all in a bit of a mess. So, well, fair's fair. They've been here for about 12 years, out in all weather. And in fact, they survive very well. But, no, if I'm going to do all this work, I need to spend some time and energy on them as well. So, downstairs we go and see what's going on there. So having cleaned it and got it all ready with the wire brush, now it's a little bit of that nasty primer that we've been using upstairs. It's pretty unforgiving stuff, but seems to do the job rather well. So there we go, next job, bit of primer here. So here's something else. You may remember this. You may not, I don't know. But this hanging basket bracket, I don't know if you can see it properly, let's come out into the sun. Hanging basket bracket, I built at school, and I think I was 12 years old, maybe 13. Anyway, which makes us 50 years old. and it's lasted all these years, and every now and then I give it another coat of paint, and that's happening this time, because it's going to survive for another 50 years, I'm certain of that. Okay. Oh well, this is perhaps one of the hardest parts of any of this kind of project, because I've reached a point where you need to leave it alone and don't futz with it anymore, at least not for a while. Hey, look at that, it's starting to shine up nicely. So I think it's going to work quite well, but now I need to leave it alone. Here we go then, project finished. Table and chairs, I don't think you can see them very well. Table and chairs all polished up, cleaned, painted, all of that good stuff. I had the Majestic 5A. How about that? Very pleased with that. Come up very well indeed. So it'll probably be open most of the time. I'm going to build probably a plywood circle to go in here, and it can hold a plant. We can get more plants up on my hanging bracket that's mounted to the side here, and then we might think of getting some stained glass panels to put here. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. Or maybe hang something over here on the wood. Not sure how to get that to work, because we do live in the Windy City. And stained glass panels flopping around in the wind might not be such a good idea. Anyway, we're going to see if we can think of something nice to tidy up the walls with. So here we all are, done and dusted. All finished off, and I'm very happy with the result. So I hope you enjoyed watching it all, guys. And so that's it for now. Bye bye, and hopefully see you all soon.